All right, you know what it is. The feds had fired their first warning shot against Jaguar Wright. Jaguar Wright, they had fired their first warning shot. Sit back, listen to this. Y'all need to make sure she get a whiff of this. This is not to disrespect her. This is just to wake up our sister. Let's go. You know what time it is. All right. All right, Unique Mecca Audio, man. I'm here, man. I'm going to tell you how the feds fired their first warning shot at Jaguar Wright because y'all don't really understand what's going on. Jaguar, I've been going for 26 years. It's not to disrespect you. This is not to belittle you. I love your content because you definitely getting the views and you keeping the people entertained. And that's all this is about entertainment, right? But I want the people to understand that just because certain people say certain things on social media, that don't make it facts. That just means that they're speaking what they consider as their truth, and it's not up to us to judge it unless we have factual proof or documentation to judge it. Now, Jaguar Wright was taken into police custody in Dallas on Thursday morning, June 6th, right? According to the Dallas County Jail website, the singer, whose legal name is Jaguar Wright, was arrested for property theft between $30,000 and $150,000, and she had to post a $10,000 bond. Now, so y'all fully understand what's going on, right? Now, right? Per Jacqueline Brand, right? The Sean Davis Way YouTube channel claims Wright had an outstanding warrant after allegedly renting a U-Haul truck and not returning it. She allegedly called into a platform claiming there was no charge and no arrest. Whatever they're saying, it is not what it is. All right, they can hold me there, no charges. Right, they could hold. She said they can't hold me there, no charges. The 47-year-old explained. She explained that the arrest was an attempt to silence an interview as her public appearance in recent months have come with accusations of shocking, sometimes inappropriate behavior from some of the music industry's top names. And that's why they fired their shot, right? Now, Jaguar is very smart because she knows why they fired the shot. But I'm going to explain to the Jaguar how this thing works and let you know that this has just been the history of America, how they do this. Now, Diddy jumped out of his place, right, and started getting too powerful and forgot that the powers that be's who put him there and they own him. Kanye West felt the same way, like I said yesterday. Now, what the feds do, right, because let's take a ride. We're going to take a ride, right? Now, we're going to take this ride and we're going to go back to the 1940s with Bugsy Siegel. Bugsy Siegel had a vision. He was a visionary. He wanted to do, put up a hotel in the Nevada desert that was just up and coming because he had a big vision of making it a legal place to gamble. So he went with the Flamingo. He went high-end to get with all the other crime bosses and mafia figures. They all put their money in. He sold them on the idea. They made the Flamingo. It opened up. It was doing great, With the restrictions that they had on them out in Vegas back then, they was losing money at the beginning. Now, when they was losing money at the beginning, right, the feds orchestrated that. Let's get this straight. Gunshots. And we're going to get the feds a round of applause because they some bad mothers. We're going to get the feds a round of applause. Let's give the feds a round of applause. Calm down, y'all. Calm down. Now, we're giving them a round of applause because the feds saw that the mafia was getting ready to get legal, legit, and too big, and they knew that they was organized and they could take over the government. You understand? Because back then, even in like New York, Little Italy and all that, nobody called the police. You called the area Don when you had an issue, just like in Jamaica. You got an issue, you call the area Don. In third world countries, you call the area Don. So when we come up from these countries into America, not saying that Italy's a third world country for you rat bastards that look for anything to criticize. I'm just using that as an example. So now, when you come up with these, mentalities that you don't go to the police. That's where it came from. So now what the feds did is they knew that if the mafia and the crime bosses lost money, that they would take out Bugsy for them, and that was the brains. They figured if they took that out, then they could go and take over Vegas, which they did, and that's what we have today because they took out the head that created that, which was Bugsy Siegel. But instead of them taking him out, what they did was they used his own people to take him out. The same way Diddy's getting too big, Kanye's getting too big, Jay-Z's getting too big, 50 Cent, you're on the feds list too. You're doing a wonderful thing. You went down there to Louisiana, opened up a studio, creating jobs. You're mixing with all the right people down there, shaking hand with the politicians and governor and shakers and bakers. But remember, they're letting you in because they feel that they could control you because they know they own you because it's their property. That's why you're nothing in America if you don't have a mailbox that you own on a piece of property. You're nothing without a mailbox. So now, 50, you going out there, no matter how much money you got, right? You go out there to these people, and while you out there with these people, they putting you in position. They expect you to follow their rules and their guidelines, not your own. I'm riding right now. I'm riding. Let me ride, right? Let me ride. So now, that's 50. Just so you understand that you having a ball on the social media. I'm loving your content. Very amusing. Me and all my family members and friends, we watch it. You're very entertaining. And you're the greatest that ever did it on social media. Let's give you a round of applause. We're going to give 50 Cent a round of applause for that. We're going to give him a round of applause. Relax, relax, relax. But 50, you're not exempt. Don't fool yourself that you exempt. Jaguar Wright, back to you, because this is about you right now. You're not exempt. You're saying certain powerful names that's still protected by that Teflon cloak in the entertainment business and in the political business. Can you imagine? Jaguar said a lot of things that's right. I'm not disputing none of it, and I don't know any of it. So I might be wrong myself. But I think Jaguar speaks a lot of right and a lot of truth, right? But what you have to understand, Jaguar, is you got to be careful because when you break a window, you don't know where the splinters and the glass will shatter to. You understand? In other words, in the streets, we call it shrapnel. In the army, in the military, it's shrapnel. You know what I mean? Now, you are heading down a dangerous territory because you're playing with these powerful people that run the world. Not just New York or California, or America. They run the world. They're all eating off of this pie. Now, you're challenging the people that's eating off this pie by going up there and you saying some powerful accusations and there's no physical proof other than your truth. And I'm not saying that your truth is false. It may very well be true. But you have to understand that, how they say it, hurt people, okay? Well, you're hurting a lot of powerful people and you're getting real close to certain ones that's protected under this Teflon cloak. Diddy was under this Teflon cloak and you've been yelling for years. Everything you've been saying and you've been consistent and you get a round of applause for that. Give her a round of applause for that. Let's give Jaguar a round of applause for being consistent. All right, let's talk to our sister. All right, we got that, right? Now, Jaguar, you've been consistent. You know what I mean? So that's what makes everyone lean to the line of you're telling the truth. Again, not saying that you're not telling the truth, but I just want you to understand that, it's like, how you play, let's ride for a minute. You know how you play what's that game where they hide something and you got to go to it, maybe hide and go seek or whatever, and they say, where you at? I'm getting warmer. Am I getting warmer? You got the blindfolds on, you feel, I'm getting warmer, I'm getting warmer. Well, Jaguar, you getting warmer. You getting close to a lot of people that's protected under that cloak, and the feds fired that shot by locking your black ass up, and that's not to disrespect you, because you're still one of us. They locked you up as a warning shot, as a gunshot they fired. That was their way of letting you know, we got you on this little petty $30 to $150,000, whatever. You know what I mean? It was so stupid. You know what I mean? You shouldn't even have went to jail, and I feel bad that you even went to jail. But right now, you under the feds' watchful eye. They already know that you're willing to testify. You've been testifying on YouTube, so they know where you at. You know what I mean? Now, that game was hide and seek, right? You're getting warmer, you're getting warmer, you're getting warmer. You understand what I'm saying? You're getting warmer, Jag. You're getting warmer. You know what I mean? Just to let you know. And by them locking you up and putting you in jail and putting you through all of that crap as a United States citizen with the protections of the United States Constitution goes to show you that they watching that ass. And if you don't be careful, what they're going to try and do is tell you what names you can and can't say, but they don't want to say that because you've been so, no disrespect, but reckless out the mouth, as they would call it, that they like, nah, I can't trust this one. She's just a wild card. Because you're an independent woman that stand on what you believe. And you speak in what you believe. But that don't make it true, but that's what you believe. And that's not to disrespect you. That's why I keep counteracting and let you know I'm playing devil's advocate to show you what's going on, Miss Jaguar. The same way they use Bugsy Siegel from my earlier ride. The same way they use Bugsy Siegel, mafia comrades and crime boss comrades to take them out, is the same way they're using our people to take out our people, starting with Diddy. Jay-Z is defecating in his pants right now because you're getting warm, Jag. You're getting warm. You understand what I'm saying? Nigga not stupid. You're getting warm. So he's crapping right now. But the same way, right? Because they got something out there, a beautiful sister. A beautiful sister out there. One of the most beautiful sisters out there. And her name is Karma. Let's not forget Karma. You know what I mean? See, Diddy's getting his karma. We all get our karma. I got my karma, and for poisoning my community that I apologize to you from every time I even mention it. I got my karma, and they gave me life plus 20 years, 20 years in prison. I did my time, self-rehabilitated myself, and the Honorable Donald Trump that I like to give another round of applause to. Thank you. Thank you. I love Donald Trump. Say what you want, I love Donald Trump. You know what I mean? Donald Trump is the one, because we riding, remember? Remember, don't forget, we riding. Donald Trump is the one that came in after Joe Biden and Bill Clinton signed in the mandatory minimum and all those new death penalties under the crime bill back in 1992. And Bill Clinton apologized for and even cried and said it was the worst thing he ever did. Even senators went up there and said that was the worst thing they ever did was signing that bill, right? Joe Biden still haven't apologized. And I'm not saying nothing bad about Joe Biden. I'm just telling you the facts about the situation. That's it, right? Because I'm a journalist right now. I'm bringing your journalistic information. Joe Biden haven't even apologized. What Joe Biden did was, since he's been in office going on 4 years, he let go a few guys that had marijuana charges while they're already giving out marijuana licenses to sell weed on the street. Right now, the president, whoever is president, is supposed to just cut anybody loose that got a marijuana charge. Because they selling it legally on the street, illegally on the street, don't get arrested, and you got a man been in jail decades for selling marijuana in America that's now legal, and you let go a couple of hundred of them and left the thousands behind. But Honorable Donald Trump came in, and with the help of Jared Kushner, his son-in-law, they orchestrated and put together the First Step Act that said if you were self-rehabilitated and you got locked up for a coveted offense, which is called a crack cocaine offense, that if you could show your judge that you have been self-rehabilitated and you're capable of going home and starting a YouTube like Unique Mecca Audio, working with the youth like Unique Mecca Audio, being a credible messenger like Unique Mecca Audio, then it's solely up to the judge if he release you, but the prosecutor do get a chance to rebuttal, but it's the judge's final decision, when for years it's always been the prosecutor's final decision, because they're the ones that bring the charges, the drug amounts, and everything else, and the judge just followed protocol because Joe Biden tied their hands together by using what they call mandatory minimum, meaning anyone get locked up with X amount of drugs automatically get X amount of time. The judge had no discretion. Donald Trump, pop, broke that, and allowed the judge to look at me and my comrades' cases over again, and where we show that we self-rehabilitated, but we out here now. And that's why you have these rat bastards that testified against good men and got them locked up for the rest of their life, and they all, this is what on the street side they would deserve, so that y'all don't take the wrong way, because you got the rat bastards. They all deserve this. You understand what I'm saying? They thought that we was buried when they went in there and told on us and broke the code. Then they came out here and they made these elaborate YouTube channels. They did all of this, and they tried to sell to the viewers that they was the man, and they're still a man when they lost their manhood, when they sat down and let the United States government put their finger up in them and control them as a puppet to turn over their comrades. And they thought they'll never see us again. And then the Honorable Donald Trump, who deserves another round of applause. Round of applause, round of applause. Calm down, man. Let me finish this. The Honorable Donald Trump came in and changed that and took the chains of bondage off of us. We have been in bondage with the war on drugs for approximately 40 years, just like we was, bonded in slavery for over 400 years. You see how that 4 come in? 4 means culture and refinement. So we have to find our culture, refine ourselves, and I refine myself, and now I'm here talking to the youth. But let me ride back to Jaguar to keep you, on point, all right? Because a lot of you rat bastards can't ride and just shut the F up because you're so used to just telling everything, thinking you Stevie Wonder, you know what I mean, or Mariah Carey or something. Now, Jaguar Wright, right? You're getting so close to these powerful names, sisters. They have these videotapes, and they're going to take the videotapes of who they want. See, they even had a conspiracy theory, right? Because I'm riding, man. It's still with Jaguar, but I'm riding. They had these conspiracy theories that I heard going around YouTube, that the feds ran in to get the tapes from Diddy so that Diddy couldn't blackmail, you know what I mean? The politicians and actors and big entertainers and stuff that's, on those tapes. Y'all heard that, right? That the feds went to get it and Diddy ain't gonna get charged. They just want it in their possession. No, you rat bastards is wrong. This is what's going on. They went in and got those tapes, and now the feds have the power to blackmail anyone on those tapes they want, including their own politicians. Yo, check it out, man. We got you over here getting sucked off over here at Diddy joint, you know what I mean? So you need to vote for this bill before we expose this joint. You understand? The same way, Diddy would use it saying, yo, I'm trying to get this artist up here named Cassie. I'm trying to hit it, you know what I mean? her talent's not really all that. I'm not saying that the talent is not unique, make audio, not saying they're just using the scenario for you rat bastards again, you know. So did he tell him, you know, her talent's really ain't all that. You know, she got a little body. I think she's cute, but, you know, in order to get it, you know, to do what I say and, you know, be my little, you know, my little plaything, I need you to, you know, put this out and make her a success, you know. Then he goes and he tells Cassie, look, I'm going to put you out, make you a success, but this is what you got to do for the next 11 years. You know what I mean? She agreed to that, you know. Now, she meets a dude that was a physical trainer, and he grabs her, they start doing their thing, she falls in love, and she feels that he's the one that really loves her, they get married, they have a baby, they doing their thing, and now they living happily ever after, but the bag dried up. You know what I mean? And then somebody went to her and told her, yo, you know, you can get a bag from Diddy. Remember the way Obama and Trump gave him the stimulus? You could go get a Diddy stimulus. She's like, what? A Diddy stimulus? What's that? I'll get you 30 million. You know what I mean? 30 million for what? But I agreed to do all of that. I loved it. You know? Yeah, but you ain't got to say that. All you got to do is play the victim. You got a pretty face. What? Oh my God. Yeah, he tied me up. He beat me. He choked me. He strangled me. He had me do this with big men, with big back. And whoa. Round of applause. You get an Oscar for that, Miss Cassie. Calm down, y'all. Let me tell you all about this joint, man. Just a scenario. This is just, you know, giving you all a scenario so you rat bastard don't think that I'm saying this is facts, because I don't come up here and say that nothing is facts unless I'm dealing with the law and something that I know is facts. But I don't know if this is facts, but I'm giving you a little example. So check it out, Rob. So she turns around now and she puts the lawsuit in. She go to Diddy and Diddy say, yo, you remember you agreed to all that. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? I even got your tape agreeing to it. Remember, I tape everything. And she's like, yeah, but you got other tapes that I seen you make too, so I can use those tapes against you if you do that. If you use those tapes against me, I'll use those tapes against you, and those tapes will ruin your career. You don't want to lose your career. I'm already dead broke, married to a physical trainer, living in the backwoods of West Bubble. And, you know, so what do I have to lose? And then he said, get out of here. When all he had to do was give her the 30 million then, but instead he let her put it out there, hit public, and the feds seen it and said, whoa, she said in a lawsuit that there's tapes with this one and that one, and Little Rod came with a lawsuit with this and that, and Little Rod started dropping it that Dougie got Diddy got a drug mule, you know, Brendan Paul, and allegedly, and you know, and you know that they got over 250 cameras in the house, and he records everything, and he shot somebody in the bathroom, and the feds said, whoa, tapes? That's all they heard. Tapes with others on it? We losing a lot of money in Washington. We allowed these black people to get a lot of money in America that we could use in Washington now. So let's go get the bag back. And all they do now is getting the bag back. You can imagine how much Diddy had to pay for legal fees. You can imagine how much he's going to pay in fines. And then if they find him guilty of the drug trafficking charge that they keep throwing around with Brandon Paul being his drug mule, they'll be able to forfeit everything he has and put him back in Harlem or Mount Vernon with Unique Mecca Audio and the crew to let him know you're just a regular, so stop it. You understand? So they're going to build up their economy by stripping these black and minority entertainers, and they're going to use the ones with the Europeans that's in power to say, yo, fall in place. I got that Diddy tape. Who you want me to vote for? What bill you want me to vote for? You see how this thing play out? Jaguar, you're getting real close. Let's ride back to Jag. Let's ride back to Jag. Jag, they locked you up for a petty charge, a little $10,000 bond. They knew you was going to pay that. But the whole point was to let you experience the inside. Now you can come out, do your podcast, talk about how easy it was and how you got along. But that was in a little county jail. When you go, you know, God forbid, not wishing nothing on you, if you go, you know, to, you know, Bedford Hills, what's that other joint they got? You know, Jacksonville. And what? There's one down there in Alabama, Aliceville. You know, you go to like Aliceville, where you got the hardened female criminals. that be jealous of a female like you that got your life together and so intelligent, and you made it out here when they got manipulated by a man doing something to let them take the weight, telling them that they was playing by the street code and doing the time for the man, and then here you come in and now you got a bag of money, a bag of fame. You'll be what they call a free pick, aka food. So the little county jail you was in was just a warning from the feds. I'm just telling you this because you my sister. You know? I might not agree with a lot of things you say, you know, but there is a lot that I do agree with as well. So I'm like on the balance. But this is not to take any sides, but it's just to let you know you my sister. You touched a nerve with someone, and the feds fired their warning shot to let you know that, sister, you just the truth. You understand that? You just the truth. You just like Diddy. You just like Jay-Z. You just like every black man that you belittled and tried to tear down on your channel with their alleged scandals that may be true. But I say belittled, you know, because what you said belittled them. Whether it's true, false, or not, it's still belittlement. We're just sticking to the facts here. You need Mecca audio. But Jag, be careful, sister. I don't wish the man that told on me and got me life plus 20 in federal prison to go to jail. I don't wish the man that shot my brother in the head 2 times and murdered him to go to jail. I don't wish the man or women or whoever was involved that pistol whipped, tied up, and kidnapped my mother and tortured her to find out where my bag was to go to jail. So I definitely don't want you to go to jail, sister, because you haven't done anything to me. It's just you're a part of me, because we all black and we're from Africa, and we even have dumbasses that come up here and say, because I say the word Europeans, meaning white people, that's racist. And that if I call them African, that would be, you know, like an insult. But you're from Africa. They're from Europe. I'm gonna have to do a whole show on that, because I can't believe that people never heard that terminology and then they take it as a disrespect because they never heard it. If you don't know something, don't mean that, you know what I mean, it's something wrong with it or disrespectful. That just means just shut the F up and go do your research. That's it. And then come back and speak. That's why when we growing up, our parents used to tell us and the elders used to tell us that children should be, you know, speak when spoken to. Speak when you have something wise to say. You don't know a fool until he opens his mouth. If you meet someone on the street, just looking at them, you don't know nothing about them, so your mind is blank about them. As soon as they open their mouth up to say hello, the manner, the tone, the mannerism, the body movement, everything that they do tells you a lot about them. And as they talk more, oh, I'm from such and such, but I'm really, and da-da-da-da. Now you're learning who they are, and that's why they say you don't know a fool until he opens his mouth. Y'all got that too? My Instagram is on the screen, Unique Mecca Audio, and my Cash App is on the screen. I don't care if it's $5 or $10. Make sure you hit the icon logo and it says the account was created in 2020. It must say it was created in 2020. But now, back to Jaguar. I like riding with him. Yo, Jag, I watch your joints, right? And I see when you be talking, you put the emphasis in it, and the passion in it, and you show your raw emotion, you know? And that's why we believe a lot of things you say, because you're good at what you do. I love what you do. You know what I mean? Because you're speaking your truth. And you're entitled to. That's what the First Amendment is about. That's where we got to give a round of applause to Luke Skywalker for taking me so horny, you know, pop the coochie up to the Supreme Court to give the rappers freedom of speech that they forgot about. Every rapper deserve to give and owe Luke Skywalker something, even if it's just a G. Luke Skywalker, that's for you, baby. You know what I mean? Because he hit them with the freedom of speech. You know what I mean? When they try to tell them that, oh, you black people making too much money talking about sex and all that, so, you know, you can't do that. We're not going to put your records out. It's illegal. He said, nah, Luke said, man, I'm taking you to court. Let's see what go on with this. And he won. But he's one of them that got a chance to take them and they didn't retaliate. Diddy took them, they're retaliating. Kanye spoke against them, they retaliating. Jay-Z shutting the F up, but he may be in those tapes. Maybe that's why he's being quiet. And 50 Cent is another funny one. 50 Cent, like I said, big bro, I love your entertainment. But my brother, the same way you riding Diddy, you got a female that they say Joy, baby mother, that was with Diddy on his payroll. Don't you think they're going to be in her ear to go get a 50 Cent stimulus? Be careful, big bro. But these people not playing. You black, they got the new weapon to take you down, and it's called sex. The new weapon to take down the black man is sex, when every race, nationality, and culture has been having sex. You got people in certain parts of the world that have what they call harems, more than one wives. I'm not going to get into the religious part of it. I just want to say that. And then now you get a grown woman over 18 consent to having sex, and she could go get a stimulus, a bag out of you. When in certain country you have parents giving away, 11-year-old girls, to the kings and sultans and things like that, to make them their wives. Nobody speaks on that. And they're babies too. Not saying nothing about the sultans, just pointing it out. So think about what I'm saying. Because like I said, there's a beautiful woman out there. Let's not ever forget karma. I got my karma. 26 years in federal prison. Did he get ready to get his karma? He's having it now. They disgraced him. That was the point, Now, I was going to tell you, I didn't even get into it. I don't think I did it now. I was going to tell you all about Bill Gates. You know what I mean? But matter of fact, let me do it real quick, right? This is how they went at Bill Gates, right? I'll give you more on it if you want. They went at Bill Gates, back in 98 and 2000 because they said he was monopolizing the computer field when he came out because he was making so much money. He made billions so quick. He made more money than the government damn near. You know what I mean? That fast. And they said, whoa, he getting too much money. So now they calls him into Congress and tell him that, we want a piece of that, and you hindering us from getting a piece of it. He said, I'm not hindering you. Y'all free to do what you want to do. That's what Bill Gates told him. So Bill Gates told him, it's all right, but the object is, your product is number one. You making your product that is not compatible with any other software unless it's your brand. So when we give these smaller companies these patents to put these computers out to expand the computer horizon in the world, people can't buy their computers because if they buy theirs, then they can't use your parts and you're advanced with the parts. So Bill Gates said, but they're free to do what they want. They can make their own parts compatible with their parts. And they say, no, that's monopolizing because you're forcing the people to have to buy Windows to use Windows material and you're advanced with Windows. Of course, they found him guilty and got their bag, opened up the computer joint, and now everything works with everyone. That's why you see iPhone, right, trying to do the same thing sneakily by making those little iPhone plugs that they was doing before the iPhone 15. You understand what I'm saying? But technology took it to the C chords now, and the C chords is what they was using in Android. Remember, you couldn't use a iPhone plug in an Android thing. Sound like Bill Gates at Microsoft. You see where I'm going with this? So now, iPhone went ahead and changed their charging system to a C card, the same as Android and the same as the other products here, that's out in the public. But that was a form of monopolizing because you got an iPhone, so you're not going to buy nothing unless it's compatible with your iPhone. And they pick and choose what's compatible. I've been on here long enough, man. Cop the book of Ruin Harlem. It's on the screen. It's at ruinharlem.com. Yo, Jaguar, we're going to say a prayer for you, sis, because the feds fired their first warning shot at you. Be careful, sister. I don't want you to go to jail, and I don't want your demise because they're not playing fair. When you go tampering with someone's bag, and right now, Jay-Z is still under that cloak. 50 Cent is under that cloak. Everyone is under that cloak except for Diddy. So all these names that you're saying, they're still playing by the Europeans' rules. Yes, the man's rules. And moving forward, tap dancing at their will. So they have no issues with them. Diddy went against them for that Ciroc brand that he blew up, and they had an issue with him, and they snatched their cloak off. You know what I mean? And left him out there to the wolves, and going to let social media eat him apart and tear him down and hope that he commits suicide, or, you know, it'd be too much for him and he go mad, and then they lock him up in prison. And then fine him, you know? What's that doing? Fine him and forfeit, make him forfeit all his earnings, because they're going to try and work it in to say that it was somebody's drug money that was given to him to start his company. That way they could take the whole billion. The feds don't want a piece of Diddy money. They want all his money, and then they want us to just throw him out to the wolves, and they want to see him sitting there walking around like a pauper, you know what I mean, with old dirty clothes on, ain't changed in 6 months, with no shoes on and a pair of raggedy, dusty flip-flops on. So they can say, look at him. We got him out here wearing flip-flops in the winter in New York. He ain't even got no sweat socks, but he was on top of the world, and he thought that he could compete with us because he didn't know that he's one of them and not one of us. We allowed him in our circle, but that didn't make him one of us. And Jaguar, they let you get away with saying a lot of things, but something you said, sister, made them make that first little, they just fired a little 22 at you. Everybody know 22 don't do nothing unless you hit them up close and it goes in the body because it travels through the bloodstream because the bullet is small. But they fired a 22 from Washington all the way to where you at. Knowing it's not going to hit nothing, but that's just enough to tell you, watch yourself. Watch yourself, young lady. You're getting too big for your britches with your lips. Tone it down. Let us go get who we want to get off the tapes. You don't need to keep saying these names. That's what they're saying. I love listening to you, Jaguar. I ain't even going front. But I just wanted to give you that. Think before you say certain names because they're on your line, as we say. You know, like how you go fishing and you throw the hook in the water, you catch a fish, and now he's on the line and you reeling him in? They on your line, sis. They on your line, sis. You know what I mean? Get them off your line. Because I love your entertainment, and I definitely don't want you to go to prison. And I don't want your demise because you don't know how far they're going to take it. Look how they use the crime bosses and mafia figures to take down Bugsy Siegel. And now they own Vegas when the mafia was en route to own it under Bugsy Siegel, but they took their head out. The same way Diddy felt like he was going to own the liquor company and went to court on him. 50 Cent, love you, bro. Just like you down there got the new liquor and all that you're pushing to help black people get their own liquor line. That's what Diddy was doing in the courts. But they brought you down there to be the new Diddy, to run the liquor brand, but to play by their rules. You do know how to play by their rules, though, 50. I say you know how to play by their rules because I know you're a straight gangster, and I see that they have you putting He Cypher, Monkey Cypher material in all your joints because a couple of them I couldn't even watch. You know what I mean? Because they just kept throwing this same X thing together on the screen to force us to watch this. But you even conform to them to show that you playing by their rules. So we know what you doing too. And if you get out of place, they're going to get you too. So this is to you too. I love you, bro. This is not to belittle you. This is just to give you an eye opener because the people around y'all is not telling y'all what I'm telling y'all because they ain't been through shit. Only thing they been through is saying, yes, sir, 50. Yes, sir, Diddy. Yes, sir, Jaguar. Yes, sir, Jay-Z. That's it. You don't have people that got the balls to tell you what it is, my trigger. Let's keep it real, man. I want all my black people to succeed. I saw Kid Capri last night. Right? Round of applause to Kid Capri. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Relax, y'all. Relax, relax. Relax. I saw Kid Capri last night at a club out in Queens, and me and him in the back room, and he let me videotape him for like 6 minutes, and we reminisced about a little bit of everything. And I told him how proud I am of him. I sat in prison for 26 years and watched a man that used to come to my store to make tapes. I used to go to his house, and while he mixed and made tapes and chilled out with his mother, and, you know, a man that I went to the S&S and the Zodiac and the Rooftime with, I sat back and I watched this man rise into the top to become Kid Capri, a national name. I was so proud. But then he tells me, yo, you know I got haters, right? I said, how could you have haters, brother? But you came from our struggle. He said, man, you know, I got 95% of my documentary done, you. I'm going to put it out in everything. Not everything, he said, but a lot of it is going to be in there, but it's going to be a couple more. I said, I know you couldn't put everything in one like I couldn't put everything in one. But anyway, been on here long enough. 40 minutes, man. Cop the book of Raw in Harlem. Cash App at Unique Mecca Hall. Make sure you hit the logo and the icon that says it was created in 2020. Like this video. Subscribe to this video. Let's get this thing popping. All right?
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, yeah. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. Yeah. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Real. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. An Instagram page and a YouTube you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spin a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend a ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community yours. So we can give back to the youth them. Cause they the truth them. And bless up to all the root men.